it's me again, Teacher Cherry, and today we will learn about the puberty. Are you ready to learn, kids? Let's begin! All humans grow and develop in time. Growth and development is a dynamic process, and this will happen throughout your life. As you age, you experience a lot of changes. Your body becomes physically mature and developed. You start thinking and behaving differently, and your likes and dislikes change. There are physical changes happens during puberty. First, let's define puberty. Puberty is normal part of human development when a child's body starts to develop adult-like features and when her reproductive organs are already capable of reproduction. During this life stage, girls start to develop into women and boys into men. Puberty for girls generally starts between ages 9 and 14. For boys, puberty starts at a later age, usually between ages 11 and 18. Your body produces hormones or chemical substances created by organs called glands. Hormones control many activities of some organs in the body, such as absorption of nutrients, development of body parts, and reproduction. They also regulate the activities of some organs in the body, such as kidneys and reproductive organs. During puberty, the glands produce large amounts of hormones that cause different changes in the body. The growth hormone, for example, is secreted by a tiny gland at the base of the brain called the pituitary gland. This gland is responsible for the development of the bones and muscles. What are the physical changes happens in boys? Several physical changes are distinct in boys as they develop during puberty. Among these are the following. The first one is growth spurt. During this time, boys experience a rapid increase in height called growth spurt. Children first experience this during their toddler years, or from 1 to 3 years old, and then again during puberty. The growth spurt for boys takes place from the ages of 10 to 14. During this time, the bones and muscles grow bigger, the shoulders broaden, and the muscles gain more strength. Second is development of Adam's apple. The voice box or larynx is the part of the body that allows you to produce sound when you talk. During puberty, the larynx of a boy becomes enlarged and noticeable as a lump in the throat. The enlarged larynx is called the Adam's apple. The development in a boy causes his voice to deepen. Third, growth of body hair. The growth of body hair in boys is pronounced on the face, armpits, arms, legs, and pubic area. More hair means more areas that can trap dirt, dust. During this time, it is important for boys to be more careful about keeping clean and neat, especially the body parts where there is much hair growth. Hair that is left unwashed and unclean does not smell good and can cause one to have unpleasant body odor. Fourth, active oil secretion. The hormones secreted during puberty increase the secretion of oil in the skin. Sometimes, oil on the face clogs the pores on the skin, thus causing pimples. Oil on the armpits makes the area susceptible to odor, causing bacteria. It is important that boys wash their faces daily to unclog facial pores. It is recommended that they also use deodorants to prevent underarm odor. And the last one is the wet dreams. As the reproductive organs of a boy develop further, he experiences wet dreams or the release of semen during nighttime while he is asleep. Girls likewise experience several physical changes as they go through puberty. Among these are the following. The first one is growth spurt. Girls also experience growth spurt during puberty. This is manifested in increases in height during the period from 10 to 14 years old. Second is development of breast. The breasts are the secondary reproductive organs of females. These have glands that produce and secrete milk when a female gives birth. A girl's breasts start to develop during puberty in preparation for the motherhood at a later time in her life. Third, growth of body hair. Body hair growth in girls is generally confined to the armpits and pubic area. Unlike boys, girls do not have much body hair on the face, chest, arms, and legs. Fourth, active oil secretion. The female body also secretes more oil during puberty. Thus, girls should be even more conscious of overall cleanliness and hygiene to avoid developing body odor and acne caused by active oil secretion. It is also recommended that they start using deodorants for the underarm areas. For the fifth, widening of hips. Females store more fats than males do. The development of a girl's body during puberty includes widening of hips due to fat deposits, which would in turn enable them to develop the physique necessary for them to have better balance during pregnancy. And for the last one is onset of menstruation. Puberty marks a special event in the lives of girls as their reproductive organs develop and become active in preparation for childbearing. One of the events that they experience during puberty is the menstrual cycle. What is menstrual cycle? It is the monthly shedding of uterine tissues through menstruation. Because of the outflow of blood during menstruation, the urine lining thins out and stays that way for around 3 to 5 days. After menstruation, the urine lining begins to thicken in preparation for the fertilized egg. This lasts for around 5 days. Around the 10th day after the onset of menstruation, ovulation occurs, during which the ovaries produce and release an egg cell that could be fertilized and could develop into a fetus. The length of the menstrual cycle is unique to every girl. A normal menstrual cycle could be as short as 22 days or as long as 36 days. When doctors talk about length of menstrual cycle, they include the days when the girl has a period. A girl with a 28-day cycle will start her period every 4 weeks, while a girl with 22-day cycle will have period about every 3 weeks. The average period lasts for 3 to 4 days, although it can be shorter or longer, ranging from 1 day to 7 days. Most females ovulate between 12 and 14 days before their period. A girl with a 28-day cycle will probably ovulate in the middle of the cycle. A girl with a 22-day cycle could ovulate just a few days after her period. There is also psychological changes happens during adolescence. The puberty marks the start of adolescence. What do we mean by adolescence? It is the period that follows puberty when a child acts and behaves maturely like an adult. An adolescent like you may change in the way you think, feel, and interact. For example, you start to listen to and consider the opinions of other people, even as you sometimes question matters that you used to just accept when you were younger. Since you are older and wiser, you are also expected to be more responsible and independent. For example, if you used to have someone wake up you in the morning, fix your bed, or carry stuff for you, this time you can do all these things on your own. You discover new beliefs from your friends and classmates and from adults even as you begin to develop your own beliefs, ideals, and personality. You also start to form friendships with those from the opposite sex. You value close relationships with your peers and you treasure the feeling of being accepted in your peer group. Self-image, likewise, becomes more important to an adolescent like you. Your awareness of your self-image makes you become more conscious about your appearance and even of your interests. For instance, you may be more choosy about the clothes you wear and even the music you listen to depending on what is acceptable to your peer group. Adolescents also tend to be moodier. This is attributed partly to the hormonal changes that they are going through. For example, a girl who is generally cheerful and friendly may be irritable and agitated when she has her menstrual period, a time when her body is secreting hormones to promote ovulation. Adolescents are also subject to many different influences. Since you are at the stage in between childhood and adulthood, you are vulnerable to other influences. That's all for today, kids. I hope you learned a lot in our lesson today. See you next time. Bye!